Welcome to another live stream. On today's video, we're going to be talking about what to do when helping yourself is hard. What to do when helping yourself is hard. This video is for the mom or the woman who is stuck helping other people all the time and honestly can't ever find the time to help herself because she just feels like it's way too hard. Please share this video out. If you know someone who may need this, remember sharing is caring and what you give is what you receive. So be a blessing and share this lesson with someone you know who's going to need it. Welcome. Hi, Carrie. Welcome, guys. Just to recap, hey, Orienton. Today's conversation, again, is called What to Do When Helping Yourself is Hard. And this video is for anyone who is struggling. I'm going to go through exactly who this video is for and who I'm talking to. But first of all, if you're new and you don't know who I am, hi Michael, hi Nate. My name is Cena Martin and I help millennial women catch their confidence and heal from emotional abuse so that they can stop accepting other people's opinions and realities as their own. And in this video, like I said, this video is for anyone who's struggling to transition in life. If you're struggling to motivate yourself while living in a negative environment, maybe you have negative roommates or people in your house who are just, really hard to deal with and really hard to live with. Maybe you can't overcome depression. Maybe you're struggling and you can't heal from an emotionally abusive relationship, or you're stuck and you can't stop helping other people more than you help yourself. If that's you, this video is for you. And if you know someone who was going through that, this video was for them. So make sure you share this out with them. If you're ready to get rid of these problems with my tips today, go ahead and put ready in the comments, type ready below, and we're going to dive in. I'm about to share some lessons with you all, or with you specifically, that I've learned when I was stuck in the same situation. And what I'll share with you today is a story of what went down and how I overcame this problem. Hands down, after you listen to this and implement what it is I have to say to you and what I'm going to share with you today, you're going to know exactly what to do, even though helping yourself feels really hard and you feel like you're always giving your all to everybody else and you don't know how to give anything to yourself. Best of all, you will know exactly how to stop thinking that you have to have all of the answers, and you'll understand that you can be confident enough to just go forward and to go after the things that matter the most to you. I'm going to share with you how to do that on this video today, so make sure you stay with me, all right? So let's get into it. Let's dive right in. I want to share a story with you guys about when I was in this particular situation and how I got myself out of it, or really pulled myself out of the trenches, I should say. And this particular story started on a summer afternoon. Just imagine, it's a beautiful summer afternoon. Everyone's outside playing music, hanging with their friends. They're having a really good time. I remember I could smell the cookout, like the aroma when people are outside cooking out. I could smell that cookout aroma outside making its way through the neighborhood. But I was at work. I'm at work basically stuck. At this time, I'm working as a cashier. So on this break, this is right before I'm getting ready to start my sophomore year of high school. So if you're in school or you're watching this and I see Orienton just said he got a scholarship, this story will resonate because this actually happened to me when I was in school. Right before my sophomore year of high school is about to begin, I figured I would take this break and I would make some extra money, and I would go ahead and get a job so that I could have this experience. But I quickly lose sight of that goal once I get this job. And what happened was my manager, who hired me at this particular job, really needed me to work. Like, he basically told me, you need to work your ass off and you need to really step up at this particular restaurant because the restaurant was struggling and the doors to the restaurant were about to be closed down. They were about to close down the restaurant. So I got the job and I worked really, really hard, just like he asked of me. The restaurant itself at this point is behind in its rent. They owe people money. The process inside of the restaurant isn't the best. It's not that good. The employees really don't care about the location. They don't care about the entire operation, honestly. As long as they get their checks on time, that's all they really cared about. And I met my manager here when I went to apply for a job. I didn't know all of this when I went in there looking for a job. And he hires me pretty quickly. I pretty much got the job on the spot. So I felt obligated, because he gave me a job so quickly, to, you know, do whatever he asks of me, and he knows that. So he starts putting pressure on me to make sure everything is neat and clean and make sure everything is being run properly, basically to work the hardest, right? So he'd say to me, you know, work the drive-through, work the register, make sure everything is clean, make sure everything is neat and tidy, and make sure nobody is stealing. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm stretched super thin, I'm overworked, and I'm doing his job for $7.25 an hour. For $7.25 an hour, I'm doing this man's job, but he's the manager. So school starts, and my grades, as you can imagine, slip. They're going in the toilet. I'm gaining weight. I'm eating all of this terrible food from this burger joint. That's all right, it was a burger joint. And I'm eating all of this terrible food. I'm dating all the wrong guys at this time, trying to basically find some type of thrill because I'm just working, always tired, and not really doing anything that makes me happy. Mind you, like I said, at this point, I'm a sophomore in high school. So this job is taking over, it's taking control. And this thing that I'm trying to do, which is make my manager happy, is weighing me down, and I just can't do it anymore. I realized halfway through sophomore year, I can't do this anymore. But I do nothing about it, and I just keep on running this rat race for 8 more months. Hey, Judge Christopher. I just keep running this rat race for 8 more months. So one day I come to work, and I made up my mind. I'm like, okay, listen, I can't do this anymore. This is not going to cut it for me. You know, I'm doing all of this work, and it's making my grades slip. I'm not really succeeding in school the way I want to be. This is just not what I expected. I didn't come to this job to struggle. I came to this job because I wanted experience and I wanted to become a better person. That's not what's happening here. So what happened was I had done the work. I had done the work throughout the beginning of my school year, and I basically found a job that demanded less. It demanded less, but it used my skills a whole lot better, and it paid more. So it was time for me to leave. It was time for me to, hey Karen Sue, it was time for me to leave. And before I could get to the office to tell my manager that I was leaving, my manager is leaving out of the front door. And basically what happened was my manager is being dragged out the front door in handcuffs by the local police because he gets locked up for stealing money from this restaurant that he had me running and managing, basically. And I was like, wow, okay, God, you know, that's the end of that. I walked in there to tell him I was leaving, and he's going to jail. So that's the end of that, right? I keep going on this this path because now I found the steps to figure out how I was going to go to my next level, right? I told you guys I felt stuck. I was doing everything for everybody else, nothing for myself. And I basically figure out how to get myself out of this funk. So I keep following my new plan of success. I keep going, and I take that all the way to my next couple of jobs, right? So I keep going and I keep doing this. And 9 years later, I'm a successful full-time entrepreneur doing exactly what I need to do to help myself first. That's really, you know, what I wanted to dig into with you guys today is how I did that. Because like I said in the beginning of this live stream, if you're a person or a mother or a woman and you're really struggling to transition in your life from where you are right now, you're really struggling to motivate yourself because you're in a negative environment, maybe your coworkers, maybe the people you live with, your roommates, maybe who you go to school with, you really can't overcome this depression you're stuck in. You can't heal from abusive relationships. Maybe you had a breakup and you can't get over that. Whatever it is, you're stuck and you're always helping other people more than you're helping yourself. I really want to share with you how I did it and what got me through this point of my life, and honestly what I use now to continue to move forward in those moments when I feel like I'm stuck. So there's 4 steps and there's 4 things I want to share with you, and I won't be long at all. I'm going to give these steps to you directly. So number 1, I want you to start feeling a different emotion. I want you to start feeling a different emotion. Start out doing something that's going to make you feel happiness, love, inspiration, and just be real intentional about it. And I know that's hard to do when you're sad, especially when you're in like a depressed state. But what I did is I had a certain kind of music that I love to listen to, and I would just put on my music because it's not hard at all for you to grab some headphones, plug them in, and put that on while you're doing your commute to work or you're coming home from work or whatever. So I would listen to certain kind of music, and even though I felt like crap, even though I was stuck, even though I was depressed and sad and gaining weight and all of that stuff, you know, the music and the thing that made me happy was being able to just like escape for a little bit and go to another place because I had something that was creating a new emotion in me. And that's the first thing you really got to do is figure out what's going to start that different emotion. Because if you stay on the frequency of being sad, and if you stay on the frequency of being depressed, and that's all you're allowing to come into your world every single day, you're going to keep running that rat race, and you're going to keep feeling like that. And it's going to be really hard for something else or a different opportunity to pop up into your life because you're just used to feeling all of these sad, low emotions. You gotta create some space where something new comes in. Happiness, love, maybe go on a blind date, maybe go see a play or go out somewhere where you're gonna be inspired. Think about something you loved from your childhood that made you happy. For me, for example, horseback riding. I could be so sad or so upset one day, and if I go get on a horse, everything is different because it just made me happy. So what's your thing? Find that thing and do that. That's where you got to start. And that's step one. The second step is to use the emotion of being fed up. And you know you need to change. A lot of times we know we need to make a change. We know we hate where we are and we don't like how things are. But you know you're not a tree. If you don't like where you are, move. And you need to understand that that emotion of being fed up and being tired of where you are, you know, knowing that you need to change is not good enough. You got to do something about it. So you hear Tony Robbins say a whole lot that being fed up is a good place to start. And he's right. If you get fed up enough and you let that fed upness light a fire inside of you, then you're going to do something different and you're going to do something to change your circumstances. So use that emotion and move forward. Use that fed up emotion and move forward because it's going to help you if you let it light a fire up in you enough. I'm not saying move forward in anger. I'm not saying, you know, be upset or try to seek revenge or whatever. But what I'm saying is when you get tired enough of where you are and what you're going through, you're going to do something about it. Use that and let it be a motivator to you. That's step 2. Step 3, tell somebody how you feel and make sure that person can and is willing enough to encourage you to do better. Tell somebody how you feel and make sure it's a person that's going to encourage you and who is willing to encourage you to keep doing better. Because, you know, for example, during this time, that story I just shared with you, and if you're just coming into this video, watch this from the beginning and you'll catch the story I just shared. But during that time, I had a best friend who encouraged me to do better. I had friends who were in school and they were working different kinds of jobs and they really loved the job. Like these people were in 10th grade, 10th, 11th grade, and they had dream jobs, right? They did things that they loved. It paid them really well. You know, they were happy. They were happy coming to school. You know, it was just so inspiring to me to see that on a daily basis. And as I kept talking to these people and hanging out with them, it made me say to myself, wow, it is possible. I can be in school and find a job I really love. Your situation might be something different. Maybe it's not about school or a job, but maybe you just want to be a happy stay-at-home mom and you think it's impossible to be a happy stay-at-home mom. Go meet one. Go find one. Go to different clubs or events. Talk to people talk to your neighbors. Talk to other moms who you know, and you'll be able to see that, right? You'll be able to like see that in reality that is possible to be done. So tell somebody how you feel and make sure that person is an inspiration and a motivation to you, because you have to be able to see where you're trying to go, or you're always going to think it's impossible or it can't be done if you don't see another person doing it first. So that's step 3. And the last thing is to find what you're looking for. Don't stop looking until you find what you're looking for. If it's a better job, like I said, if it's more self-love, if it's more self-care, if you don't know how to put yourself first and all you see is other people who don't know how to put themselves first, you have to go find what you're looking for. It's not just going to fall in your lap and come to you. Regardless of what people might tell you, law of attraction, this, and you know, it's going to fall in and you attract it. Okay, but it's not going to fall in your lap. You have to go get it. It's something you have to do to allow that to come into your space. So I'm going to encourage you to do that. I searched and searched and searched and searched for the job that I wanted and for the type of people that I wanted to work with. I had to keep looking. I wanted to be around a different environment, so I looked for it. And you know what happened? I found a lady who owned her own beauty business, and I started working in her hair salon. It paid a lot better. The job used my skills a lot better. Plus, I got up close and personal with someone who was successfully running her own business, so I could then see and learn how to run my own. And that's what you have to do. Find the person, find the environment that you want to be around so you can see how another person is doing it, and it gives you the visual of how to do it for yourself. Take each of these steps and put them into motion. Don't just sit here and watch this live stream and listen to me give you tips. Try these things out for yourself step by step. Put them on your calendar to do them, and you'll start seeing a difference like I'm telling you I did. Okay, so my Confidently Be You coaching program is being released this week. And if you are struggling in this area that I just mentioned and covered in this video, then you need to be taking this program, period. So what I'm inviting you to do is join the Confidence Catchers community Facebook group to hear more about the program and what your transformation will be if you become a part of the program. There is no other confidence program, no other confidence coaching out there like this. Trust me, I know. I did the research, and when I developed it, it is completely different. So I will be live in the Facebook group sharing specifics on the Confidently Be You coaching program all week long. If you want to know what is inside, what your transformation is going to be, how to apply, then this is going to be priceless for you, and you definitely don't want to miss it. So make sure you join the Confidence Catchers community Facebook group, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye.